All right. So the first thing to do before you start your elevations is you're going to tape down your floor plan in the direction that you're drawing. In this case, you'll be drawing 4 interior elevations. And based on the studio project for this floor plan, after your furniture is laid out and everything is proved, you'll then continue and start your 6 elevations you're going to draw. As mentioned, you're going to flip your floor plan around to get the right view for each elevation you need to draw. But we're going to first start with this one here, showing the bank of windows. And at approximately about 8 feet to 10 feet back at a 1/4 inch scale, I usually would go from that mark to my 0 and kind of figure out where that area would be. And I'm pretty much cutting from there and drawing everything in the furniture plane in front of that window as well, included in the elevation. So you're showing detail at 8 to 10 feet of 8 feet back from the floor plan. So the first thing I'd want to start with, would anybody think what I'd want to start with first when I'm drawing an interior elevation? Floor. So typically I'll figure out where I want to start my floor, and I'll draw a line first using my HB and just kind of show my floor line. You're going to need your 90-degree triangle to get your height. What I'll do a lot of the time is I'll plot out where my walls are located first and then show the height. So in this case, I'm plotting out from where my wall is. I go to my floor line, I draw a line up from that. Draw a line up from that. And in this case here, I have a break line. So it's not really the end of a wall so much, but it's actually a break line. So I would actually draw a line, draw a little break in it, and then continue on with it, because that wall actually continues up further down the hallway. After I've drawn that aspect of that part, so my floor, and I have drawn a couple walls up, what would be the next thing I need to know? The ceiling height. So what's the ceiling height for the studio project? 9 feet. So I go from my 0 mark and I go up 9 feet and draw a dot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 feet. So I've drawn a little dot there, and what I can do is bring a line across, and then that's the height. So you can see these lines extend out way too far. I can erase those because I don't need them. And you can tell there that elevation is really not that big after you draw that 9 feet high ceiling. So we now got our first part of our elevation started. The next thing I'd want to show would be my windows in the back. So again, I'm going to use my floor plan and jet it and bring up those lines, including my trim as well. And I'm just drawing the lines of each piece, because I think you have like 5 windows showing in here. So I've drawn each piece of glass, but what I need to know next is how high does that window come up from your floor? 1 foot, right? So I'm going to go back to my 1 foot mark, draw a dot at 1 foot, put a little dot there, and draw a line across. What I could do is erase the lines that extend past that. And then how high would that window be? 7 feet high, because there's 1 foot left on the top. Yeah, so there's 7 feet, another dot. So there's your window drawn in. Another way, like you may have some window coverings on here. I'm not sure what kind of specifications you've done for your studio project. You could show some blinds. You could show curtains. I'm not really sure, depending on what your studio project specifications are. You also could show your baseboard trim. Is there any height on the baseboard trim?
Mine's 4 inches.
4 inches? Okay. So you can draw in your 4-inch baseboard trim. Use your inches here on the 1/4 inch. Do you have baseboard trim around your window?
Yeah, it is
3
3 inches.
3 inches. So you would go around, plot out your 3 inches. And how I would do that is I show a little dot to measure first. Then I go back and draw the line. And make sure your lines intersect. And here's your baseboard, your window with your trim around, baseboard trim. And the next little thing you could do is just add a couple 90-degree lines, just showing that it's glass, like it's a little bit of a shiny hatch to it. So on this point now, I've got a baseboard trim, my window, I have my wall thickness on the one side, a break line on the other side because the wall actually continues on. And on this side, I will line hatch this wall. That part. So next aspect of this elevation is I'm taking my detail at approximately my 8 to 10 feet back. So I'm showing here, I have a table, I have part of a sofa, so I have a credenza here as well in the back. So I'm going to bring up those lines, starting from my floor. I'm just going to bring some lines up from that sofa. I'm going to box those areas out. And do you know how high the seat cushion might be for that sofa?